Good morning, everybody. The most intelligent people on the planet realize that they know so little, and there's so much more to learn. We reach a certain age, somewhere around our late teens, early 20s, where we think we've got it all figured out, to believe we can tackle it all, to believe we can take on the challenges of adulthood, to believe we can take on the challenges of the planet. Enough self-belief and self-esteem and self-confidence, and enough naivety to believe it's truly possible. And we need this to be the case, in a way, for them to blindly, boldly steam forward, steamroll through life, and make some major leaps and gains in society and in their own personal lives that without that naivety they would not have otherwise made. And then we age, and our bodies begin to break down and to ache. Life experiences happen, and we learn many things that we didn't know. And the older and wiser you become, the more you realize the way that life actually works. Science, math, stem cell. Why is the sky blue? Recessive genes, why are my eyes blue? When we believe we know it all, we close our mind to new learning. We should continue to have the same curiosities. Why? 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 But why? As a small child, usually by the third or fourth why, we start to get to the root of what's really going on. So little we know, so much room to grow. Even the wisest humans on the planet admit, and are the ones who can admit, that they know very little. The more you learn, the more you realize you have a lot to learn. The more you experience, the more you realize you have a lot to learn. Wisdom is taught through experience. So we can visualize as best we can with our tiny little telescope into our tiny little purview of the planet and perceive and project. Best case visualization, worst case catastrophizing what our future holds, where we want to go, what things are going to look like for us. But really, we're just shaking the magic 8-ball like we did when we were kids, because life can change on a dime, and we're only seeing a tiny bit of the picture. There's a lot that we don't know, not just about what's going to happen, but what's actually happening. We're only getting one side of the story, our side, at any given time. And our side is just a perception. It's not the truth. Culturally, our religious background, our family background, our trauma experiences, our self-definitions, our prejudices and beliefs about other people, many things infiltrate and influence our perceptions and our interpretations about what a thing is or is not. If what your life is as it is on every single level, is working for you, you have perfect relationships, you're balanced, balance, time management, health care, self-care, relationship care, work and home. You're in a place of near chronic contentment and financial stability. You feel good self-esteem. You are well-rounded, grounded, yet you dream. Are skilled in some area. You're continually learning. You're continually growing. You're open-minded, yet you have boundaries and your own opinions. On and on and on. If your life is perfect in every way, as it is right now, then you needn't have a thing to learn. But life is changing all the time. And you will have to learn and adapt to something new, even if everything you have is currently working for you. And I can almost promise you that if you believe that everything is working for you, your sleep, your nutrition, your hopes and dreams, and your life is better than you imagined on every level, there's nothing at all that needs any work. That itself may be something you need to learn. That there are areas that you could improve and expand and grow. So with our little tiny perception, who are we to close off and say, this is what happened. This is how the world works. This is the way that it is. Who are we to believe that we understand what we see in ourselves, in others, in the world, in a situation? Who are we to pretend that we know what's really going on and where we're really at any given moment? Try not to be closed-minded. The more open-minded you can be, the more benefits you're going to receive. You'll be a lifelong learner. You'll continue to grow. You'll continue to gain wisdom and humility and prosperity and improvements in the areas in which you wish to improve them. The more you can relinquish the idea that you know it all. The more you empty that cup with believing that you know everything there is to know, there's no room in the cup for any new information that could be more beneficial. So empty your cup a little bit to make room for newer, potentially better, wiser, more effective information. The more you learn, the more you grow. But you can't learn if your cup is already full. There's no room in it for anything else. Other than to amuse themselves, why should any man pretend to know where he's going or to understand what he sees? Other than to amuse himself, why should any man pretend to know where he's going or to understand what he sees? The wisest people on the planet know. They know little. And they go from there with humility and grace and an openness to take on new and better information forever and continue learning from their experiences and those of others, and to be less prejudicial toward others, because who's to say their point of view is correct, and to be more open and even-keeled in discussions and disagreements and contention with other people, because you don't automatically assume that you are always right. And sometimes what we think is right for us is not right for us. We're certain that things should be a certain way. And that would be the best possible scenario, but oftentimes our predictions are wrong. And there's something that would be a much better fit, but we may not even know it exists yet. So be open. Be open-minded. Be open to others. Be non-judgmental of the experiences and perceptions and beliefs and values of others. Maintaining your own boundaries and priorities and values. But not so tightly that you are judgmental of others, and not so tightly that you cannot grow. Good morning, goodbye, have a good day. Peace. Leisure suit. Love you guys. Bye, you too.